everybody. Welcome to Judie's Healing Fire Live. It is Sunday night, which means we get a general live, and I am just home from work, so yay. How is everybody doing? Edward, hello. Hi, Edward. Thank you for being moderator. Appreciate you. Hey, Viviani. How are you? Haven't seen you in a hot minute. Good to see you here. And thank you also for being a moderator. And artist Liz, thank you. And Puddin is in the house. Hey, Puddin. How's it going? Okay. Edward, hey, Red Gypsy. My day was crazy busy as usual, and I am exhausted. And so I have coffee. And you say which like it's a bad thing. I am partaking in the caffeine tonight. But I am taking a few days off this week. I was going to go camping, but all of our lakes are dried up and there are forest fires. So I've decided to take a staycation and get badly needed things done around the house. So I have mulch that's been sitting in my backyard since May that has not been spread out yet. I'd like to get this done before winter comes. So anyway, going to take care of things inside and outside of the house, take a staycation, get some personal things done, get my hair cut, and try to just, enjoy getting my life together. and I'm going to disconnect from people while I do it so I can get things done. And so, yay. So that's what I'm doing this week. So I will still have the members live tomorrow, Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. I always have to think about that. And then, I will post up the next episode of High Vibe Tribe. I don't know if you guys have gotten a chance to watch it yet. Hopefully you have. If you have, I'd love to know what you think. I'd love to hear your comments on that. But so that's going good. The little bit of feedback that I have gotten, people are enjoying it. So that is good. If you have topics that you would like me to have the different panelists cover, please let me know. If you don't know, High Vibe Tribe is the new series I'm putting out. They are pre-recorded and they go out to my members. They go out usually on Mondays. To the general public, they get put out on Wednesday evenings. And basically it's a variety of different light workers, energy workers. It doesn't, we all fall into the same category, whether you call yourself a medium, intuitive, tarot reader, oracle reader, whatever title you want to give yourself, or that other people have given you. Basically, we're all energy workers. We're all light workers. So if you publicly put yourself in that role, what tends to happen is that we tend to be a little more sensitive. Oh, turn off my phone notifications. A little more sensitive groups as far as, a little higher on the empath side. And, we tend to get information, whether or not we want it, that kind of stuff. Of course, you can learn to set up your boundaries and that, but we've had to learn to navigate through life with more things coming at us than the average Joe, so to speak. So my thought was that I would have the different panelists come on and give different scenarios, challenges that I noticed that people generally, it's whatever's going on that week that I've noticed as a theme, either at work or personal life or news or whatever's going on. And I try to keep it general so that it's timeless content, essentially. But I'm asking the panelists how they manage to keep their vibe high and continue to manifest, even with all this other stuff going on. And the idea is that even if the more sensitive groups have learned, because we've had to learn to continue on, have learned, they have tips and tricks and things that they do in order to continue to move forward. So the idea was that if we as light workers can do it, then surely there are some tips that we can pass along to everyone else. So that's the idea behind it. Hopefully it's beneficial. Hopefully it's helpful. What spurred it was I just started seeing a lot of comments of people just, a lot of depression, a lot of anxiety, okay, that's like, we got to stop that. And the idea is to hopefully help teach people to rise above that and stay in kind of high vibe mode. We're all guilty, including me, of not always being in the high vibe zone. I definitely have my moments. Redhead Aries. Yeah, but as soon as you recognize it, you can kind of flip that switch and make the changes you need. So the idea is to hopefully help educate the collective. So anywho, hopefully you guys have had a chance to check it out. I've been yapping, so I want to check out comments here real quick. Hey, butterflies are free. How are you? Get yourself a spa day after all that mulch work. I might go. I don't know. I'm debating. I haven't done my nails since the beginning of the year, and I hate not having my nails done. I cannot tell you how much I hate it. I'm doing it intentionally to be mindful of my pennies, etc. But and also at work, I work with a lot of watches, and when we sell watches, we have to take all the stickers off, and they're completely covered in stickers and tiniest little bits, and it's a lot easier to take them off with natural nail than it is with having your nails done. But so that's a benefit. But I hate it. So one of these days, this is not going to be forever. I can't stand this. This drives me absolutely bonkers. So, I don't know. One of these days soon, I might go get my nails done. But the problem is it's it's every 2 weeks. It's a maintenance thing. But I am getting my hair cut though, which is badly needed. So that's going to happen. We'll see. I've got all these things I want to get done around the house, and I'm really looking forward to having and making the time to do them. So yay. Maybe I'll take a drive to the beach. Might do that too. So, hey, Maureen, how are you doing? Good to see you. Edward, good golly, ungroomed. I know. I am. I remember when I had, before I was pregnant with my first son, my good friends of mine were like, she's like, she goes, you're really high maintenance. And she goes, when you have children, you're not going to be high maintenance anymore. And I'm like, yeah, we'll see. It never went away. I can do both. So, oh my goodness, Liz, you started painting me for your series. Oh, I'm so curious what you're going to come up with. I can't wait to see it. Thank you. That sounds amazing. I'm so excited for that. And Red Gypsy, you're getting your haircut this week for the first time in over 2 years, and a pedicure. Oh my God, I need a pedicure so bad. That might have to happen. I can't. It's so bad. Like they're gonna look at me and go, that needs to happen. I haven't done that all summer either, which normally I always do, in the summer. But part of it is I've been allowed to be lazy because with the job I have, we have to wear closed-toed shoes. And so you never see my toes anyway, unless I'm at home. So like, who cares? Except I'm starting to care. I'm not liking it. So, yeah, well, good for you. That's you're gonna be a whole new woman, Red Gypsy, with your hair and your toesies. Happy toes. I call them happy toes. Good for you. That's exciting. So, has anybody checked out the series, the High Vibe Tribe series at all? I'm curious if you guys have watched it at all and what you think so far. And if you have anything that you would like addressed or covered. I'm gonna drink some coffee and allow time for somebody to respond if you so choose. I haven't had coffee at night in a long time. I've been trying to be better about that. Yeah, tonight I was like, no, we're gonna have coffee. um, Karen, yes, I have. Karen has been one of the panelists. So thank you, Karen. I appreciate you. And I always like your insight because you're more analytical. I actually, if you think like the personality points, I am technically an expressive analytic, which means my core dominant way of being is to be very, very analytical. And but if which ultimately means when it comes down to, when the rubber meets the road, basically I'm going to be get the job done first over people stuff. And that's the defining thing on a couple of personalities is, are you going to get the job done or are you going to make people happy? And so if you're a driving person or an analytical person, you're going to get the job done first if you have to make a choice. And if you're an amiable or an expressive, you're going to make the people happy instead of getting the job done. I'm always going to get the job done. Like that's my default beeline. The job is going to get done. But on the polar opposite is expressive, which is those are the ones that just love to party and have a good time. That is my that's going to be me when I don't have a care in the world or in my general interactions with people. I'm going to be the expressive, want to have a good time, happy to see it kind of thing. But so I am my dominant part of my personality is analytical. My recessive part of my personality is the expressive. Karen is also analytical, so I totally appreciate your responses because you're very analytical with your responses, which make complete sense to me when you talk. So I love having you on the panel. That was a long way of saying I love having you on the panel and thank you for joining me. So Liz says the High Vibe series is great. Good. Thank you, Liz. Hey, Liz, I'd love to have you on there with me. Let me know if you want to be on the panel. Karen, it's fun. Good. I'm glad you think so. Maureen, may I ask for prayers for my dad that they will get his knee surgery while he is in the hospital? Oh, that would be good. Get it all at once. Absolutely. So everybody send love and light to Maureen's daddy and put positive vibes out there that the knee surgery happens while he's in the hospital. So one and done. That would be great. Angel, okay. Watch the first episode. You'd love an episode on different grounding and protection techniques. That's a great idea. Thank you. I will do that. Let me make a note so I don't forget because I'm a squirrel. Grounding and protection. Got it. Thank you, Angel. I appreciate that. Oh, and you love the panel style. Cool. I'm glad. Thank you. That's good feedback. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So I came across hey, Ice Melts by Love. How are you? Good to see you. I came across a question that I thought was interesting. It's not really, life-changing or anything, but it was curious. It made me think, and I thought I'd throw it out to you guys to see what you think. It is, here's the question. I have it written down here. What is one belief that you've held strongly for 5 years, that you held strongly 5 years ago that you've completely changed your mind about, and what triggered that shift? I'd be very curious. So 5 years ago, or thereabouts, what are we? So 2021. So we're still in the COVID era, right? So what is one belief that you held strongly at that time that things have completely changed now? I'm very curious what that is. If you guys have any answers, I'd love you to put it in the chat. Hey, Violet, how are you? Oh, Maureen. Okay, I got your question. You would love a lesson on proper pendulum usage. Okay, that that might be a different thing. I'm not sure that's a panelist show, but I could cover that. Actually, we could talk about that now. It really depends on. Let me try to find mine. Here's one. It depends on your pendulum. Some people have. This is one that I have. I have a couple. So let's see here. I like this one. I hold. Other people do this. Whatever you want to do. I would say work with your guides. My guides don't particularly like the pendulum, so they don't really use it. And when I try to force them to use it, they give me a bunch of nonsense. I have had other spirits that I connect with while I do readings where they are able to do the pendulum and they can spell out like whole words and everything. My guides will do yes, no, but they do that with the dowsing rods anyway. So to me, the dowsing rods are a little more fail safe than a pendulum is for yes, no. But basically, you just hold it up and you ask a question. So in this case, hey guys, will you play with me with this? Will you show everybody what a yes is? So my guides, now your guides may be different, but guides, you ask them what is yes, what is no, and then you can do a yes, no question. My guides, yes, is spinning around clockwise. Okay, thank you. Can you show everybody what a no is? There they go. And now they're going counterclockwise. That's my guides. Some people's guides, thank you. Some people's guides will swing one way or they'll swing the other way, or you have to ask your guides what is yes or no to them, and then test it out on a variety of things. Mine just go one way for yes, go one way for no. And I think they do that. That's something we established a long time ago. When I was first starting to work with them. So, but that's basically it. It's quite simple. As far as the like spelling words out and things like that, mine have no interest in it. This is like a generic board that you can get at any little witchy shop or Amazon or whatever that has months of the year and letters and all kinds of things on it. I can never get mine to swing that hard to where you can point out letters. I legit made my own, which is very not professional. I just made my own because I could never get the pendulum to swing that far to be able to pick out a letter. So I made a smaller one because I could never find one like I wanted to use. And that's what I used. So to spell out like words and stuff, anything you can make your own, you can buy one, whatever you want. It really doesn't matter. It's about working with your guides on that. So, let me take that away. But yeah, it's just practicing with your guides to find out what they like and what they don't like. Not everybody's guides like them. Mine do not. Some guides prefer dowsing rods. Some guides prefer pendulums. I've run into many people where their guides want nothing to do with the pendulums and they won't use them or do them properly, but they will do the dowsing rods, but they will do a pendulum, vice versa. So I would just get one and practice with your guides and see if they'll play with you. Go from there. But I hope that helps. Violet goes, my pendulum literally just hangs there and I can see my guides rolling their eyes. Yeah, some don't like them. Mine, not a fan, but they love the dowsing rods. But they do, and I've learned to kind of read the dowsing rods and little, in words are hard. I can't think of the word right now, but little nuances basically that they do with dowsing rods. But yeah, just practice. And first thing I would do is start asking them yes, no questions and get a sense of what is yes to them and what is no to them and what your pendulum is supposed to do and go from there. So, oh God, yeah, Liz, sorry. Yes, Liz, you were. She's like, I was on the high vibe panel. I'm like, oh, geez, I'm sorry. Yeah, hello. Yes, you were. I'm so sorry, Liz. My brain is. I'm gonna have more coffee. How's that? You were not hallucinating. I'm just tired. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness. Hell, brimstone, and fire. That's great, Angel. Um, oh, I'm reading Karen's comment, Tapioca Thievery. For me, it would be feeling like I didn't need to belong to a community. Finding the YouTube community has changed my feelings on that. I can easily be a loner. Yeah. I have zero problem being alone. I love my alone time, but I think a lot of it is I'm around people so much that that's like the way that I regroup and gather myself together is to be by myself. So, humans need other humans. I just have so much human in my life that I need a break from humanity when I need to recharge, So I totally get that. It's really easy for me to be alone also. I grew up in the country and I had to learn to entertain myself because we didn't have neighbors. We had animals. And I mean, if you wanted to see a friend from school or something, you had to coordinate with the parents to drive you miles away to up one mountain or another mountain, whatever, to see your friend. And I mean, it was like an event. So or you rode your horse up to, to wherever they were, if there was a place for you to tie your horse up. I mean, you know what I mean? It was like it was a thing. So I learned to entertain myself when I was a child. So I have no problem being alone at all. I find it lovely. But I know not everybody's like that. And so yeah, I totally get that, Karen. I must have missed something. Hold on. God, I can't believe I did that, Liz. I'm so sorry. I'm such a dork. Red Gypsy, when you go into the Pendulum store, all the ones hanging on the rack start moving. Oh, that's a trip. I love that. I've never been in a store where they're all hanging up. They usually have them like lying down, or that's interesting. They should have them hanging up actually. But that's really cool. I like that. Oh, thank you, Karen. Yeah, I got this ages ago. It kind of looks like those old style lights. Just clear quartz crystal. I have, oddly enough, my guides like the amethyst one better. And this is I kind of made this one, I think, sort of. Maybe I didn't. I'm like, this one could be a necklace or a pendulum because it's just got a little like lobster claw clasp on it, right? And it's amethyst. Somebody made that basically. So that's what this one is. They tend to like this one better. It's a little lighter, so maybe that's why. I'm not sure. But those are the two I've got. You're welcome, Maureen. I hope that helps. Oh, Edwards swings left if it's yes and no if it's right, and won't answer forward backward. Yeah, it just depends. Like Work with your guy and he'll tell you what they want it to be. Or you can tell them, I want yes to be this way and no to be this way. I mean, you can direct it as well. Um, Maureen says, Dad could find water with dowsing rods. Yeah, that's originally what they were intended for. So, yeah. You can feel yes, no answers now in your body now that you've practiced. That's good. Liz, I can see I made a notable impression. No, oh, totally me, dude. I am so tired that no, that's me. That's my brain. I am so sorry. That is not you. 100% me. I'm so sorry. Maureen says, I love to be by myself a lot. Yep, totally feel that. Oh, Karen, yeah. I always felt like I could be the lone worker on the mood, just doing whatever I need. Totally. I was a few weeks ago, I watched The Martian with Matt Damon. It's been out for a while, but there's so many movies I haven't seen. Usually I don't see them until they're really old. But where he has to like basically try to create life to survive, like plants and stuff to survive while he's stuck on Mars or something. Anyway, I'm like, yeah, I could totally do that. You can't come get me for another 20 years. Cool, man. Oh, you have an amethyst pendulum too, Liz? Yeah. Now, I should try. I don't know if it'll make a difference to my guides or not. And I'm a little too cheap to buy one in case it doesn't work. But, those little, they're more like, not triangles. That's not the right word for it. But they're short, squatty ones, that are more to a point, but they're stubby instead of long like this. They're a little heavier though, but I always wonder if those might work better. I'm not sure. Oh, it was a good flick, Edward. I thought it was really good. I like Matt Damon though, so. Liz, me and the window cleaners. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you were Liz with the window cleaners. We haven't aired that one yet, so people don't know what we're talking about. But at least I don't think we've aired that one. Hold on. Nope, hasn't aired yet. That'll air. When is that going to post? This week or next week? I don't have enough brain right now to tell you exactly. But anyway, I think you were more bothered by almost bothered by the window cleaners being there, though. It was like you're worried about what they were going to think is what the impression I got. But it's like, yeah, who cares? If they don't like it, they'll just do the job faster and get out of the way. Oh, Liz, your pendulum comes to a point. Yeah, I don't know. My guides are just, they've never really been a fan. Even years ago when I started working with it, I didn't even know what dowsing rods were. And they just they would always mess with me. Like they would always mess with me on it. And I never got a clear answer, but they love the dowsing rods. The first set of dowsing rods I got, they had me return and get new ones. They didn't like them because they weren't smooth enough. And then I got these and they've loved these ever since. So that's great. Whatever works. It's all good. So you guys, did you think of an answer to the question, or if anybody has one, that what belief you held strongly like during COVID that you don't hold strongly now, or that an opinion or a thought or belief has changed from then, and then what made that change for you? Liz, your head is not pointy. I think for me, I was really I was so how can I put it? It was F-45's first term, right? And the whole COVID thing and all that. I mean, 2020 was the worst year ever. it was a horrible year, personally, professionally, environmentally, politically. It was just a horrible year. And 2021 coming out of it. I mean, I was irritated at humanity really badly at that point. I was also, I think I was having a hard time at that time. I needed to step back from energy worker realm a little bit, because I was very confused at how so many supposed intuitive psychics, et cetera, um, were like pro F45. And I really couldn't understand that, because I'm like, if you have any intuitive sense whatsoever, there's no way you can support that. And like, what is going to happen and what is coming down the road and the impact on people. And how could you, I mean, how could you say you're an intuitive and think he's good? I mean, and there were so many of them that I was really confused, and it made me just start questioning everything. And I'm like, I just can't play until I get that figured out, because I just don't understand. Like, I was really, really confused. So I finally I think it was this year, I was like, they're off. They're off kilter. They're not dialed in. They might get like intuitive hits on people or something, but they're not totally dialed in. It's finally just how I reconciled it. There's no way they could be. So anyway, that's where I just kind of stopped putting energy into that and moved on. Oh yeah, Gypsy, a lot of fear and anxiety, absolutely. And I agree. I was shocked at how the spiritual community split over that. Some went way down the rabbit hole. I never liked that guy. Never. Yeah, no, I don't know why. I'm not. There's a few things my guides just do not put in my wheelhouse. One, they're never going to tell me whether or not you're pregnant or having a boy or a girl. Like the pregnancy thing, they will not tell me. And they'll mess with me if I try to force them to tell me. So don't even bother coming to me with that. Two is if somebody's like, when somebody's gonna go, I can tell if it's gonna be soon, or I can tell if you're unhealthy and like what your energy looks like. But as far as when, I've tried, it never works out well. So that is another one. And I think it's because there's an element of free will in there to a degree, as far as when we can, whether it's this year or next year. I mean, roughly we've got it all planned out, but there's, as Sterling calls it, speed, scope, and scale, right? To how things pan out. But so that, and then what was the third one? I just totally scrolled on that. Politically, I can't necessarily tell. I don't necessarily get information of who's going to win or lose, but I can tell you what the consequences will be if somebody wins or loses, or wins a seat, which is weird. I've always been able to do that. I could always do it. I like the political races. If I can dial into you, I can say, if this person wins, it's, this is going to be bad, or this is going to be okay, or it's going to be a hell of a ride, or something like that. And I've never been wrong as far as the consequences to somebody winning. When F45 won, my first thing was like, oh my God, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad, like really bad. Like that was the first thing. One, I don't seem to be able to pick winners or losers well, but I can tell you the consequences. And so I was shocked that he won. And I still not convinced he did authentically. But anyway, but I knew I was like, oh, I mean, I just got this instant flood of this is really bad. And I just knew it. And anyway, but the as far as the belief goes, I think I thought with the first term, like, I thought people were bananas because, like, I believe that. I mean, there's still a lot of supporters. He still has a lot of supporters. Honestly, he'll always have his little cult. I think there's fewer now than there were then, but I guess I was hoping like the spiritual community would figure it out and get on board. And Red Gypsy, you're right, they like split, which was really fascinating to me that there would even be any that would support him. Like, I don't understand if you're any level of intuitive, where the support would come in from that. And if you do, I strongly question you. Let me put it that way. I strongly question your intuitive nature. So there's that. But whatever. You're probably not looking for my approval anyway. So okay. But then I thought that I thought that we would continue to a degree, like we would continue on like we always have, which is okay, live and let live. I didn't expect that we would become as polarized as we are now. We are so polarized now, way more than we ever have been. I think that, well, maybe since the Civil War, but I didn't expect this much polarization to happen with the people. And I thought things would mellow out a little bit with the people. I knew everything he was going to do was going to be bad, but I didn't expect the people to continue to polarize. And that surprised me a little bit. And yet, I mean, I totally get it and it makes sense to me. And especially knowing why he's here now and what the ultimate good, I hate saying that, the ultimate good as a result of him being here, because like I say often, and it's not an original thing, people, it's been said for a while, but once you know what you don't want, you know what you want. So because they're putting their full hand out, their full poker hand out, and doing everything they can think of that's bad, they're showing us all of their cards, which is showing us everything we have to fix. So ultimately, it's going to be a good thing because we're going to say, oh, great, thanks. You just told us everything we need to fix now, and let's get on that, So ultimately, it'll be a good thing, but boy, is there going to be a lot of cleanup. Oy vey. Goodness gracious. Let me catch up with what you guys are saying. Let's see. Okay. Liz, I was actually okay with being inside a lot. I painted over 150 paintings. Holy moly. I learned to be very disciplined, but I was so very upset with the people who supported him. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yes. I agree with you. And you were okay with dirt maps. Yeah. Oh, I was too. I was like, you support that? You get what you ask for. I had zero, like, okay. Toodaloo. I mean, nope. There was no sympathy for that. I continued working because I was in a what did they call it? Necessary field or whatever. What they call it? I was an essential resource or something of that nature, whatever they call this. So I was really only off, and I was working 2 jobs at the time, as usual. So one job went remote, and I was still working on that remotely. And the other job, we took a break for like a few weeks, and then I had to go back to that. So I really didn't get a break, although I thought it was fabulous because I love working at home. I've had several jobs where I work at home, and that honestly is I love it. I love to be at home. I just do. Yeah. So there's that. Uh, Liz, I couldn't believe how many F-45 supporters were okay with so many people being unalived by it and so ridiculous with the anti-mask nonsense. Yeah, 100%. That just really, yeah, it's really interesting. And it's interesting now because now when we're sick, we wear masks, at least where I live for the most part. And people just go, "Oh, you're probably recovering or you're sick," and they don't think anything of it. But then, oh my God, it was a thing. And now, isn't it interesting how all the anti-mask people, ICE people, etc., uh, now they're okay. Now they can breathe just fine wearing a mask. All the ICE people that don't want to be identified are wearing masks. It was a huge problem in, during COVID, but now that it's you abducting people, it's not a problem anymore. Yeah, that's fine. Uh oh, Gypsy, your mom was an artist too, and she would always say, "Where would we be without our art?" Maureen, I lost two uncles due to COVID complications, and I'm not willing to forgive the fools who didn't take it seriously. Yes, I lost my grandmother. Same thing. Nope. And I said it back then. Back then, I didn't do YouTube back then, but I did Facebook. And yeah, I said it often that I 100% blame you if you supported him and were anti-mask / vax. And if you go, good riddance. And if any of my family goes, I will never forgive you. And I lost my grandmother. Red Gypsy, and she's like, it's okay. I can just, she's tapped in. She's like, yeah, encouraging me to spread love and light instead. She's in the non-physical. She could do that. Red Gypsy, I'm flying to Ontario for the memorial and to help my sister manage the estate. I got noise canceling headphones for the 4-hour flight. Good for you. Yes, those are great. Edward, the Christians that support him dumbfound me. He is the most ungodly man, not a religious man. Well, the ones left supporting him are strictly in a cult. And also, the difference between a religion and a cult is simply the popularity and the time that it's been in practice. That's it. Put something new out, they call it a cult. Something that's a couple thousand years old, oh, it's a religion. Same thing. All man-made. Going to leave it at that. Liz, I'm with Jimmy Carter. It will come to light that the Orange was an illegitimate president in 2016 and 2024. Yes, eventually. I knew in 2024 that he was going to be creative and take it from the rightful winner. Yep, not surprised. Red Gypsy, I don't think they are real Christians. Actually, they are. Look at the history of Christianity. You've got the Crusades, multiple Crusades. You have Christianity. It literally is the reason for almost every single war. That's how they justified slavery. The Spanish Inquisition, taking over Native Americans and taking their land from them and forcing them on reservations and killing them. It's all done in the name of Christianity. So no, they are exactly being Christians, actually. And yes, I said that. Tapioca Thievery. I was reading an article today about a guy who voted for Taterhead 3 times. He was fine until his Russian wife was taken by ICE. Well, yeah, right. Until it happens to them, they don't care. As long as it happens to everybody else, they're fine with it. It happens to them, all of a sudden it's a problem. Good. I hope it does happen to them so they can see that, maybe not a good thing. Red Gypsy, I lost most of my business and a lot of small business people were ruined. Absolutely, they were. A lot of businesses, big and small, went out of business. We've never been the same in our city. We lost so many businesses, so many restaurants, and we haven't recovered. I don't know that we ever will, to be honest. Edward, March 2020 was the last time I had to commute 6-hour round trip to San Francisco for my job 3 days a week. And never again. Good for you. Well, the other thing is we learned that really going to a brick and mortar for most jobs is not necessary. Don't need to go. And they're only forcing you to come back so they can justify paying rent and, force commerce to happen in the cities. When they started trying to force people to come back in our town, it was because nobody was downtown anymore. There was no commerce being done. They couldn't encourage businesses to be there because there were no people there to do business. So they forced everybody to come back to force commerce. So it's not that we need to work there. It's that they want us to be down there to spend money for, restaurants or trinket shops or whatever. Liz, still wear a mask when I go to the doctor's office and grocery store. Yeah, sometimes I do, depending on what's going on, what's going around. If I take public transit or if I'm sick or something, I'll wear a mask. So yeah. Red Gypsy, I watched a documentary on Charles Manson and he was sort of a cult leader. It really showed how he sucked people in. Yep. Angel, 5 years ago, I believed in hell, brimstone, and fire. Not anymore. Good for you. Nope, I don't anymore either. Yep. We're either physical or non-physical. That's all we are. Okay. Cool. Well, I'm going to do a general read for the week. We'll see what comes out of it. I was going to use my Gilded Tarot deck, but they want me to use the Crow deck. So for those who weren't up on the latest, I hadn't been using my Gilded Tarot Royale deck because I lost a card out of it and it's suddenly reappeared in the deck. So it's a whole deck again. So not sure what happened. Maybe I miscounted. I don't know. It's possible. But it disappeared for a while and then all of a sudden it reappeared. So somebody's playing with me or I'm just not counting right. Which is possible. Okay, so we're going to do a general read for the week. What do the people need to know? What do the peeps need? Oh, tired. Coffee. Better living through chemicals. That's what I say. Okay. Interesting. Mm. Gotta make room. I have too much crap on my desk. Wait. Mm. 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 Interesting. Oh my goodness, you guys. Hold on. I want to see something really quick. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. All right. Karen, I just had that happen with bug spray. Went out and bought another bottle, and then the old one appeared next to the new one just a few days ago. Isn't that weird how that happens? I swear I get played with sometimes. Maureen, yeah, life reviews for some people are going to be a bitch. That is for sure. Okay, well, Nine of Wands. So this is like your final stand, right? You've been through it. You got one wand left. Like I call it the perseverance card. You just got to keep got that last wand. You're almost there. You keep going. You just got to pick up that last one. Remember, wands are fire and creation and passion and magic and intention and creating the reality that you want. And you've been through an you're on your final one. It's been a hell of a battle. You're tired, but you just got one more to go, that last one, and then you're done. So this tells me, like, at the core of everything, we're almost there. We're on our last wand. He's on our last wand, last nerve. So that's the core. What's interesting is we do have the nightmare situation that's crossing that. So, which totally makes sense. Why? Oh, good God. My dog just went bananas. Which totally makes sense on why we're exhausted and why it's like, really, we have to keep going. Oh my God. It's been a nightmare. This whole thing has been a bit of a nightmare situation. The foundation of it all is the moon. However, this is having to look inward, secret reveals coming. What I just heard with this was Dark Night of the Soul for the United States, which is totally true. We there are It's forced us to acknowledge who we are. We didn't want to believe we were still in 2020, well, now 2026, a racist country, and we are. And it's become painfully obvious that we are. We didn't want to believe that we were classist, that we were sexist, all those things. We knew there were people that were, but as a whole, we thought, oh, we're really moving beyond that. No, no, we really haven't. We really haven't. And actively, somebody is in charge that's taking the rights away from everybody but wealthy white men. So this is our dark night of the soul, that we need to really reflect and look inward. Again, with the moon, you're asked to examine: are you free or are you captive? Supposedly, we're the home of the free, right? Land of the free, home of the brave, whatever that is. But I've forgotten now. Supposedly, we're free, and yet we, for a supposed first world country, there's an awful lot of us that can't retire, can't, if something happens and we're on disability, that we end up unable to eat, unable to take care of ourselves. We have jobs that don't pay you enough to live on. We have, I mean, we are, somebody put this to me one time and it stuck with me. We are a wealthy third world country. Or we're not a first world country, we're a wealthy third world country. In other words, those at the very, very top. Oh, thank you for the 2 jewels, Aditi. And hi, Aditi, how are you? Welcome. Um, those at the top are the ones that have the wealth, and the rest of us are living, you know, with a lot of challenges. Let's put it that way. So we're supposed to really look within, and this is the foundation of it all. So right now we're all freaking exhausted. It's like, oh, the final push to get through this nonsense. It's been a nightmare situation, but we're having to really look at the dark night of our soul, and also understand there are more secrets coming out. This is the foundation, though. And this is really who we are. Like, warts and all, we need to look at who we are and really accept it and decide definitively, are we going to continue to accept this, or are we going to make the changes needed to move us forward? He is forcing us to look at ourselves and really acknowledge it so that we can make all these changes so that we can move ourselves forward. And then, yes, Liz, gotcha. And then moving into the past is the Hangman, which is everything being flipped upside down. So that's really interesting to me because this has moved into the past. So that tells me that, especially with the pattern of cards that have come through, that this is the final push. Basically, the head is crowning for those of you that have delivered babies. Labor sucks. What the hell was I thinking? And the fact that the Hangman, everything being turned upside down, having to look at everything from a different perspective in order to function and keep moving forward, this is moving to the past, which is a really good sign that we are right there on the edge, especially with this being the core of it. So this is all good. We're almost through the hardest part. This is good. And then crowning everything, Page of Pentacles. This could be new leadership coming in. So I think this is good. And coming in the near future is the star of hope and healing. All of our hopes and dreams about ready to start coming true. Again, it's going to take a minute, but there's a start coming. This is all really, really good. We are last week, I think I said, okay, the wave is crested and now it's coming down. This is like it's hitting, like it's just about ready to hit the shore. So this is really, really good. Current situation, a lot of decisions being made. 2 of Swords. So we're having to decide exactly how we're going to move forward. And we need to use our intuition to move forward. We need to use our higher self energy to move forward. And this is where, when we have the opportunity to protest, it's shift the way of thinking. Instead of protesting what we don't want, we're advocating for what we do want. That's a massive energy shift. The advocating for what we do want is the higher level energy. That's where we need to put our focus. Put your focus into what we do want, because what you think about, you bring about. If you put your energy into what you don't want, you're going to get more of what you don't want. So what do we want? Put our energy into that as we move forward. We're being asked externally to have temperance right now. There are plays happening. There's it's a big game board, and they're saying there are plays in the works. Like football, like football when you have different plays. There are plays, there are plans, they're enacting their plan. There's things happening behind the scenes. So we're being asked to just continue to have temperance. Oh, did you see the orb drop through? Woo. I like it when my orbs drop through. I don't always see them, but sometimes I do. Anyway, we're being asked to have temperance and just try to stay balanced through all of this. Try, as much as possible, try not to go into depression, anxiety, all of that. Really focus on take care of you and how can we keep our vibe high so that we can move forward and bring forth all the good things. Now that we know what we don't want, we know what we do want, right? So be very clear about what we do want and expect that it's going to happen. Hopes and fear. Yeah, there's an opportunity coming. There's going to be, right now we're like, oh my God, there's an opportunity that's going to be handed to us. So I feel like it's going to be outside of the United States. Somebody's going to do something that's going to be an opportunity that we need to grab hold of to run with this. So interesting. Whether it's an opportunity for him to run or an opportunity to take him down, or maybe a little of both. There's an opportunity coming. And a lot more information is coming our way. There's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot coming at us. Energy around midterms feels really heavy. Like before midterms. For some reason, before midterms and a little bit after, feels really, really heavy. And then it starts to lighten up. So there's a lot. We're going to have to go through a lot of crap the next few months, basically. But the good news is that Star of Hope and Healing coming in the future. And this is like we're almost there. We are almost there. So this is really good. This is actually a really good spread. So keep the faith, keep the hope. We got this. We can do this. Ooh, Red Gypsy, a big thunderstorm just rolled in. Ooh. Angel, September feels intense. Yeah, and October, and it's like September and then October to me feels even more so. And like up until midterms, just is like really heavy energy, like heavy, dark energy. So they're going to pull out all the stops, basically. They're going to really try. They know they're hosed, but they're going to try. In some instances, they'll win, and others they won't. Edward, love and light to all for the coming week. Yes. So, oh, Violet, you're flooded. I'm sorry you're flooded. Ooh, that sucks. Ooh, I hope you're not flooded. Yes, Karen, there'll probably be a lot of scare tactics. Yes, well, they're already starting that, but also it's what they're doing behind the scenes that they're trying to get away with. And like I said, in some places it will work. In a lot, it won't, because the amount of people they're going to come out and vote, they're not going to be able to overcome that. So, yeah. So, cool. But this is good. Oh, and Maureen, I think what is happening aboard the USS Abraham Lincoln is going to be Kaig's breast nail in his coffin. Actually, I'm going to read on that. That's a good one. Well, interesting. They want me to pull from an oracle deck, which is weird. They don't usually want to do that. So hold on. That's really interesting. Why they want to build an oracle deck, I don't know. Let's see. I got sea dragons. It says, embrace your inner power and let your majestic spirit soar through life's depths. In other words, buckle up, Buttercup. Yeah, Maureen, I think it's not going to be, the Republicans are not going to like that, especially when, people's families. I mean, my kids were both in the Army. When my youngest was in the Army in his first term and was in South Korea, which, by the way, today, I guess he announced that he wasn't going to be supporting South Korea as much anymore. So I'm like, ooh, what deal did North Korea make with him? I couldn't wait for my son to get out of there. I was terrified. Oh my God, he was pissing all over North Korea back then. That was just ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, let's see what I'm going to read on Keg's Breath here real quick. What's Keg's Breath got going on? What's in his cards? Oh, interesting. No, hold on. I'm reading on Keg's Breath. Well, he doesn't know what he's doing. He thinks he knows what he's doing, but he doesn't really know what he's doing, and he's doing whatever Orange Goblin says anyway. He thinks he's the king or the emperor, as does Orange Goblin. The two of them think they can rule the earth. Literally, that's what I just heard, is rule the earth. And he's thoroughly enjoying himself, actually, because he gets to drink as much as he wants, whore around as much as he wants, order people around as much as he wants, fire people as much as he wants. His total power trip is going, and he's freaking digging it. He is digging it. He was given this opportunity, but this opportunity is moving into the past, which is interesting. I don't think he sees it coming, though. He sweats it a little bit just because he knows 45, and he knows, like, all rats leave a sinking ship, so to speak. And 45, although Keg's Breath is one of the ones that got to squirrel away on the secret jet. So he thinks he's protected. He thinks he's protected, and he's hit his total happy spot. He thinks he totally, he's a narcissist, so he truly believes he's untouchable, and he's fine. He doesn't care about humans at all. So there you go. However, coming is the Sword of Truth. Sword of Truth is coming his way. Currently, he in 45, they're like, they're having a great relationship together. And externally, the Empress. This is a new birth, a new beginning. Oh, that's interesting. So, and Thieves in the Night. And what's coming, there's some troubled waters coming for him for sure. And he's going to have to do a lot of juggling to try to keep afloat. So very interesting because truth is coming, pumpkin. Here we go. He's gonna try to run away with F-45. They're gonna run away together into the sunset. I don't know, but they're gonna run away. Whatever he's thieving, which is a whole lot of stuff, because there's new coming in, new leadership coming in, and he's gonna have to. He's going to be juggling all of the illegal deeds that he's done, and for allegedly in entertainment and spiritual purposes only, all the embezzlement and grifting and illegal deeds, etc., etc., etc. He's got some big court cases coming. But yeah, no, you're right, Maureen. I don't think he's going to be around much longer. He thinks he's untouchable. He's going to find out very soon that that is not the case. So there you go. Karen, I hear run away and I think of Monty Python. And whenever I think of Monty Python, I think, the Knights of Ni. And then when there's that soldier there and they like, you cannot pass. And they chop off his arm. He's like, I'm still here. And they chop off both arms. And he's like, ha, 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 I'm still here. Oh, my God. I really got to watch those again. Angel, sea dragon translates to a giant sea serpent or monster. Hopefully that doesn't mean an attack on the ship. Well, it depends on who's doing the attacking. There have been, from what I've heard, unofficially, there have been threats for mutiny, and people have been apparently jumping off the ships and unaliving themselves. Apparently, there's been a lot of that, and they've threatened command with it, and command apparently has put their foot down and said, stuff needs to change. And so they recently got a shipment in of some things, but not enough to matter. They're running out of personal hygiene supplies. And apparently because why would it occur to Keg's breath that women need hygiene supplies? Just saying. And apparently those are out. There's, and families are finding out. So yeah, they're going to be losing support rapidly. But it is a flesh wound. It's but a flesh wound. I have no arms. Maureen, yes. Piss off military wives and your goose is cooked. Yes, I have been one of those military wives. And I was a military wife that I got really pissed off. And I went literally all the way to the top of the chain without going to the president. I went to the top of the chain to make my wishes known. And I did make some change. Let's put it that way. Things happened. So yeah, you don't want to piss off military wives. They will. Well, it depends. It depends. Officer wives are different than enlisted wives. Enlisted wives are like, go to hell. I don't care. Officer wives, there's certain conduct that you must behave, or and of course anything the wife does, the spouse gets punished for. So for example, that one day that I went all the way up the chain, very displeased with some things going on, I got a call very soon thereafter from my husband at the time, who was like, honey, yes, dear, who you been talking to? Why do you ask? I was told to call my wife off. Oh, really? Were you now? Well, if they want me called off, they can do what they're supposed to do. Yeah, that was it. That was an event. That was during Desert Storm. So, or post Desert Storm, let's just say. Yeah. There's another carrier on the way to relieve them. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah. Hopefully. Although last I heard, we'll see what happens. F45 did make claims that, well, maybe we'll just keep them both in the area, and their tour hasn't been long enough. I think it should be extended. So that was a comment he made. We'll see what happens. When the Commanders start escalating things, that's when there's a problem. And the Commanders are escalating things because they're about ready to have a mutiny on the ship. So we'll see. We will see. Yeah, he wants to, F45 wants to, apparently he's working on, God help me, Trumpifying some ships so that when they go out there, they're gold. Somebody forgot to let F45 know that the reason why they're the color they are is so they can't be as easily seen on the water. Gold is just a big target, dumbass. So, yeah. He wants to Mar-a-Lago the ships and send them out. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. He's going to want it to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. You've got to be freaking kidding me. It's just, well, we know every decision he makes is strictly ego-based and beyond stupid. So there's that. Okay. Maureen, as a Navy cook, I cooked for 5,000 people along with 40 other cooks. I can't imagine telling 5,000 people, sorry, we don't have anything to feed you. Yeah, and they're losing, 30 to 50 pounds. If they even had anything to lose. I mean, these are young guys. I mean, young men have a metabolism like a freaking chipmunk, man. I mean, it's almost hard for them to gain weight, and then you don't feed them? Are you kidding me? Yeah, good luck. And also, has anyone here raised teenage boys? Because I have. There is nothing left in the refrigerator. Nothing. And while they're not teenagers, they're young men. Appetite doesn't change that much between 18 and 25. So, oh my God. Oh, I know. The White House is so disgusting, and he's such an embarrassment on so many levels. Again, America, United States, dark night of the soul. That's all I'm saying. Dark night of the soul. We are there. Yeah. Oh yeah, Maureen. My brothers could clean out a fridge in a heartbeat. Yeah, I had 2 boys. You could, I mean, where to go? I remember going to Costco going, this will last us for a month. I kid you not. We were lucky to get through a weekend. And I remember having conversations with them going, you guys, like, the box is not for you. One of them in the box is for you, not the entire box of whatever it was. I mean, oh my God, it was bananas. That's crazy. Okay. Thank you all for joining me. I really appreciate you guys hanging with me for this live tonight. Please check out High Vibe Tribe if you have not had a chance to see it. It is on the video tab because they are not lives. More will be posted from here on out. They're posted general lives on Wednesdays, to the members on Mondays. And I will have my Monday fireside chat tomorrow evening, 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 p.m. Eastern. Thank you. Yes, Edward, I'm wrapping up. Edward's like, it's time for bed. Go to bed. Oh, hey, Lathan, how are you? Yes, so everybody, have a great week. And for those of you who are members, I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. Peace